Hello, hello everyone. It's Chalkin History with Shelly Kallach. I'm back. It's Sunday fun day, and we are going to play with a seasonal transfer, but not the season that you think. It is football season, so we are going to play. Let's see if I can get it loaded for you. Let's see. It may not let me. We are going to play with the 'Tis the Season football transfer today because we have a workshop that's coming up, and if you are local to me and you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. Just comment workshop and I'll send you the link for that. All right, say hi as you hop on. Let's get this all set up here. There we go. All right, I am just gonna go right into things. We are going to use the 'Tis the Season transfer. It's a D-size transfer. So it's 18 by 18, and that means from side to side and top to bottom, not the actual design itself. All right. It fits our 16-inch rustic round board, which you see here. We're just going to get things all ready to roll here. Take that out, take this out. Now, when you're planning to do yours, you want to think about if you want to keep it generic or if you want to use the colors of your favorite team. Speaking of favorite team, drop your favorite team in the comments. We are originally from the Cleveland area, Ohio, so we're Browns fans, we're Cavs fans, and we're Guardians fans. So we're kind of staying true to their heart and sticking with what we know, right? All right, so we have our rustic round. And if you saw the image before, this part is kind of colored in white, and so is this part. So we have to figure out exactly where that lies. Okay, so I'm going to get my transfer off. Okay. Be careful with these bigger ones. They're sticky, of course. They're adhesive backed. That way we can use them again and again. All right. Right over there. Let's see, I'm going to see if I can pull up comments here. I didn't want to do that. How is everybody doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see here. Okay, we are live. How is everybody doing today? I hope you guys are doing. All right. Who hates their own voice? I do. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to line this up just to see whereabouts that we're going to paint white. And we want to make sure also that the 'Tis the Season is horizontal, right? We don't want it crooked or anything like that. So I'm actually going to put this to the side for a brief moment here. Okay. And I'm going to make sure my board is all lined up. So I'm going to kind of go off the grid of my board or my mat here. Center it in between these lines. Our boards are 16 inches wide. Okay. Trying to kind of put the cross lines there. Okay, let's move it up a little bit. Okay, I think we're good. Let me grab that transfer again. Of course it fell, so let's get a little wrinkly here. Let's undo that. All right. Now I'm just getting, oh shoot, I moved it. Okay, let's do this. Let's turn it around. This one, it'll be simple once we get it all set up. Once we get it to the way we like it here. Bring it down again. Turn it just right. That looks centered. Centered. Okay, I think this is good. All right. Here we go. All right, let's lay this down again, and then we're gonna get it centered. Luckily, our transfers are translucent, so we can see through it. Now what's kind of nice is I'm lining this 50-yard line up with also a line on my mat here, so I can center it. All right. So I wonder how everybody's marking it so they know where to do it. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Could go off my mat. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's go off the mat. So I'm going to stand up so I can get on top of this and look. So I think I'm going to take it to about this 11-inch line. And then, let's see here. And then maybe this line over the 7. Okay, so 11 and then a quarter over the 7. Okay, let's go ahead and put this where it's not gonna fall. All right, now without moving that, we're gonna I'm just using some white acrylic paint. Okay, it's actually from Target. Have you ever used their paint? It's not a bad paint, you guys. Not a bad paint at all. Brand new, so let's get this open. Ooh, splashed. Keeping that board in place because we're gonna need to draw a line. So I'm gonna grab some transfer tape. Once I get the transfer tape in place, then I can kind of move it around. All right, so we're going a notch above the 7. Just about right here. Okay. We're gonna put that down. I'm gonna kind of let it tape itself to my mat so it kind of stays put. And then we said we were going to do it at the 11. So we're going to do on top of the 11 and under, or no, over the 7. Okay, so under the 11. So we're going to line it up here and here. And it doesn't have to be totally exact. Just kind of look at it, make sure it's not too crooked. I'll lift it up a little bit here. There we go. All right. So we're going to paint above and below. All right, so you want to make sure your transfer tape, or if you use washi tape, you can use that as well. Make sure that is down. And I'm just going to kind of pour some on. Ooh, that is nice and thick. Look how bright white that is. Holy moly, that's white. So when you come to the tape part, you want to go from the tape down. You don't want to go along with it because you may push tape underneath or paint underneath, and we don't want to do that. You could also use our chalk paste to paint. That's not a problem either. Of course, you can use any acrylic paint that you want. Actually, this is kind of thin once I start spreading it, but it's okay. We'll do 2 coats if we have to do 2 coats. No problem. Trying to think, what does that picture look like? It's almost like they did green. I have to look at the transfer, or no, it'll be fine. The green will go on top of the white, so it's fine. It's fine. Okay, I am going to go across lightly so we can go with the green here. I just wanted to get the first coat down. The majority of this portion of the board will be green for the field. Don't forget to put down who your favorite teams are, whether it's college or professional, NFL, whatever team you want to put down. Tell me your favorite football team. Okay, so far so good. All right, now let's do this top part. Where are all these hairs coming from? Lots of white there. Again, I start at the tape and kind of go up. So that I don't push it underneath that transfer tape. And then we'll dry it. And probably wax. I know not many people like to wax. But I usually have good luck waxing. Be really gentle. Well, thought I was going to be okay around there. I'm going to try not to get the white paint down that hole. It's all right. We'll clean that out. Trying to get off some of that paint here. How's everybody doing today? Guys, it's been so long, I almost feel like I forgot. Actually, it's like riding a bike. You never forget how to chalk. Just with a light touch, I'm just dragging it across, making sure my green lines or my paint lines kind of go with the green. Like I said, if I feel like I need to do a second coat, I will. Looks pretty good. Again, this is for a local class I am doing. So if you're local and you would like to do it, comment workshop, and then I will get in touch with you. All right, we're going to use our super duper hot heat tool here. Say hello. Tell me where you're watching from. try to get this halfway dry, and then we'll take the tape up. I probably will do a second coat, but I see a lot of lines. It doesn't have to be pure white. I thought I would try the paint from Target. And maybe on like this kind of wood, it's probably not the best choice, but that's okay. It's all right. May take a while. So tell me who your favorite team is. Like I said, we are from the Cleveland area, so we kind of go with the Browns. We are in Cincinnati. And they really don't like to know that we like the Browns. Because this is Bengal country, I know. Alright though. We moved around a lot. We were in Chicago. So that's the Bears. We were in Pittsburgh. That's the Steelers. We've been everywhere. It's nice and dry. I'll probably do like professional on this side and then do college on the other side. That way my husband can flip it whenever he's watching whatever game he's watching. Saturday's one day, flip it for Sunday. Definitely some lines here. Honestly, we'll probably just leave it only because the design is going to cover so much of this white part. You just have to get the white part down first. Alright, so let's put that aside. Oh. Then I'm going to peel off my tape, and I'm not going to peel it towards it, but I'm going to peel it away from it so that I don't, look at that, so I don't disrupt the paint line at all. There we go. Put that aside. So again, I'm going to pull it away, not towards, but away. Nice crisp lines. All right. Make sure you throw that out. That's garbage. I would not use that again. All right. Make sure. I'm gonna get a wipe here. Always clean up your edges later. That middle part though, the whole part, I'm going to try to clean out because kind of went through here, and I don't want that to get on my transfer since it's acrylic paint. So we're just going to try to get that out of there. Kind of twist that. And then clean up any edges because it's dry already, and I'll probably go around and paint the edges, but for now we're going to clean up those edges. Okay, voila. All right guys, now I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure that's dry. Just gonna take a little paper towel and make sure that's dry. Because what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna wax it. I wax the wood. Feel better about it. We have these wax applicators. So grab one of those. Okay, this is our wax. So you put the wax. I have a hard time with these. My hands, I have arthritis in my hands. So I have a hard time with these applicators. But we're gonna give it another go here. So we're gonna just gently apply it. Okay. I just can't hold on to it. I do have some interesting little daubers that I can use for waxing. You also want to do this spot too, the unpainted side, because we're also going to chalk on this side, okay? Okay, so we're just spreading it. See, I just can't hold on to it. I'm going to get a paper towel. I just can't. I just can't. Okay. So much easier with the paper towel for me. You do what you need to do. Okay. Then it gets this really glossy finish. You see that? So it's nice and waxed. Kind of like when your mom used to wax the wood floors. She'd say, careful. I just waxed the floors, because you'd go flying if you didn't pay attention. All right. I'm not making a mess here. Okay, let's grab our transfer. Now, because I did wax, I do not need, there's really no need to fuzz my transfer. Okay, the wax helps with it to release. Oh, and I am just getting myself in trouble. Don't you just love it when this happens? Just be patient, pull gently, and it comes undone. There we go. All right. Not sure what that is. Okay. All right. Now, if we want to try to reline that up again, for the crosshairs there in the middle of those lines, and I'm at the bottom here. That'll kind of help us guide our 50-yard line. Get him in position. And you can kind of use your mat, so I'm going to kind of just tack it down. Okay, lift it up. And lay it back down, and kind of like that one, the lace in the football. You should kind of be in the middle of the hole there, the hanging hole. Remove any little, if you see any little fuzzies or hairs, definitely want to get that out, especially if it's in the mesh itself. Okay, and we want this mesh to really lay down flat. Okay, all right. I don't know where all these hairs are coming from, my goodness. Okay, let's lift this corner. Put that down. down. Again, you do not want any little pieces of anything under there. You want to try to pull that screen nice and tight. No air bubbles. I see that I have some up here, so we're going to try to pull that a little bit. Hey, hey, Susan, how are you today? Okay, we are trying to get these darn air bubbles out here. I was saying it's been so long since I've chalked that, gosh, I think I forgot how to do it. But then I said it's like riding a bike. Never forget. All right, I think we're down. Okay, now we can get really to the fun part here. All right. Well, here in Cincinnati is orange and black for the Bengals. But because we are Cleveland fans, it will be orange and brown. So I got to figure out how I want to do that. All right, so we're going to work with our brand new En Vogue color, Ivy. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, we're just going to kind of move it around a little bit. Get our squeegee in there, and we're doing the grass area. Using a small squeegee, kind of just pushing it through that silk screen. What are your hometown colors? Are orange and brown with pop of white? Yes, that's pretty much what we are too. Now, I haven't gotten it to it yet, but you could get wood cutouts for the words "'Tis the season" and possibly switch that out for whatever team you happen to be cheering on that day. So that might be what I'll do for the college team colors, which are scarlet and gray. All right, so we're working that through, and I'm going over it to get all the excess off. All right. And I want to make sure that it doesn't dry in the silk screen. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift it up to the "'Tis the season" part. Oh yeah, this is great for all teams. Oh, it did not like that acrylic paint that I used, but it looks kind of cool. I kind of like that. All right, let's just kind of lift that. I'm going to grab my heat gun here. Let's get that dry. So I would probably recommend not an acrylic paint. I would probably go with our chalk paste to color it in. Did I run out of green chalk paste? No? I painted the white with a acrylic paint from Target. We were trying it out. It kind of looks cool. And that's part of the design. All right, you want to make sure that's nice and dry. So we're going to give it a test, and we're just going to kind of let that fall back down. Okay, you definitely want to make sure you press anywhere else you haven't chalked yet, and make sure you don't have wet chalk paste on you. Let's do the football next. So we're going to do bark. Now you could also do espresso if you want a really nice dark football. I've also, some are kind of like a reddish brown, so you could probably add a little bit of maybe that new Cabernet color that we have. It's like a wine color, but only maybe a little bit I would do, just to kind of give it a little bit of a red tone. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Maybe if I go with the green, that might help. But the bark does kind of have a reddish tone to it already as well, whereas the espresso is a nice dark, like semi-dark, semi-sweet chocolate brown. Okay, I'm going to watch going around that hanging part. Try not to get too much over there. All right, so what's going to happen is the laces are going to be white, as well as the lines on the football. And I'm sure there's a reason for those lines, but I don't know. I know the laces is where the quarterback is supposed to hold, or his fingers should be on the ball. Something like that. Again, my son never played, and I really don't watch it all that well. How did I know where to paint? So I kind of did, I flipped it, the transfer upside down, and kind of lined it up with my mat, and then did it from there. You'll have to go back. Okay. Pull this up. Oh yeah, see, it doesn't like this. It doesn't like the acrylic paint. And I did wax. It's not happy, you guys. It's not happy. We may have to do the other side. Oh, how disappointing. Well, that's a bummer. Let's get it dry so we can at least get this transfer down. Let's see what happens on the wood part itself. It could be just this really cheapo acrylic paint that I used. And maybe on my quiet time, I'll go ahead and just do it on the other side. It was dry, and I waxed it. Okay, let's put this back down. And then again, we're gonna press this down. So now my colors are orange and brown. I'm gonna do Tis and Season in Marmalade, which is one of our new in vogue colors. And I think my daughter just got back. It might be a little crazy in a minute because her doggy will be with her, and they're probably gonna run down here like nuts because he wants to see his grandma. So we'll see. We'll see if the dogs come down here. My guy is feeling much better. He was very much under the weather a couple days ago. Don't know why, some digestive thing he had going on. It was coming out both ends, but he's doing better now. He's good. He's doing much better, which is good. I'm getting paint all over, or chalk all over the place here. Just trying to clean up as I go. All right, so let's get the squeegee, and then I'm gonna get another one. Because I think I might do the in a different color. Okay, so orange. Maybe I'll do this in orange and this in brown. Maybe that's what we'll do. And the browns have a different kind of orange. They have an orange, it's kind of like a warmer orange, whereas Cincinnati, I think, is more of a bright orange. When you look at their uniforms, you'll see that. So I'm just going to kind of drag this across. Grab some more. Okay, let's go over this way. This way. I do the. Without hitting those lines. Take some of that off. Because I think I'm going to do those lines in brown. So you want to make sure you get that whole letter. I always seem to miss an edge. It drives me nuts. Okay, let's get this side going. Careful of that line. Like I said, I will do the other side. We will paint it with our white chalk paste. There we go. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna get this wiped up really quick. And then we're gonna just do those lines in brown. That will be that. Now I think if I were to do like wood pieces, you could tell it's kind of like a shadowed letter. So like the background could be white and then you could put your color on top. You could do all kinds of things, all kinds of different things. So let's get that brown. Okay. All right. There's that. Are you ready for the reveal, guys? Looks rustic, yeah. I'd say. I could try to go over it again. It's just sticking in the screen. I think it's just because of the wax or the paint, because that looks so much better. That looks so much better, you guys. So I could wash out my screen and do it again. Could do that, but big screens are hard to wash in front of you guys. I love it. I love it. I love it. Outside of the football, this kind of looks cool because it does look kind of like that was meant to be. And I probably could have come down a little bit more with the lights. That's so hard to like figure out. Like I wish they would have put some, it's from Target. It's there in there, it's like Mondo or something, MONDO or something like that. Probably will not be using that again. For sure. What do you think? I really don't like this football, so I am going to, I could tell, it just feels funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash out my screen. Let's see, where can I put this? Wash out the screen, and then we're going to try it again. Okay, let me get this covered up. And let me start squirting it with water so that we can get it nice and washed up. I got this sprayer at like one of those beauty supply. You can fix it. There are no chalk emergencies, right? One of those Sally's, I think, is where I got it. I love this thing. Holds a lot of water. Sprays a lot. Okay, we're gonna let that sit for a minute. I am gonna look for, got one of my chalkboard erasers here. We're gonna get that one. Will it be bumpy if you don't wash off the first layer? I don't know. I could lightly sand it. You know what? This is just an experiment at this point. Okay. It's an experiment. Okay. So, what I normally do is I take a wipe and I kind of get the top layer of extra paste off, okay? Get that all off. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Let's get another one. It's getting down to the end, so they're really wet and soppy. All right. Then I'm gonna get a paper towel. We're gonna dry this part a little bit here. So when I go flipping it, it's not splashing everywhere. Okay, let's flip it. I'm gonna get another paper towel and kind of clean up my mess here. Flip it, okay. And then we're gonna wet this side because we wanna make sure that we get the screen nice and clean. When you're silk screening, you're pushing the paste or the ink through the top layer and then it ends up on the bottom layer. So you wanna make sure that you get all the layers clean. Let me grab my water. All right, wetting it kind of reconstitutes or brings your paste back to a wet state. All right, now we're going to take a wipe. I'm going to wipe it around here. You can see it's already coming clean. Some chalk colors will stain. All right, let's grab my board eraser. And that really takes care of a lot of that staining. Look how, that picks that up. that down. Oops. Okay, let's turn it back over to the right side. It's a process. I'm not going to be too concerned about the staining because I'm going to do it again. So we're going to have to wash it again. And the next time I wash it, I'm going to throw it in my sink and wash it up real good. All right. So now, I know. That one was old actually. Now we're going to get a paper towel and kind of get whatever moisture off the top that we can. How's Willow, Susan? Okay, wipe down our mat. And we're going to kind of gently do the same on the adhesive side. Get our trash out of here. Oh, I know. I do too. Nothing but dust. I wish they lasted longer, but no product like that lasts forever. All right, try that. And then one more time on the top, guys, and then we'll get to what we need to do here because it's still very moist on the top. Then what I'll usually do is kind of just wave it in the air, playing fetch. Aw. Yes, they get put to good use for sure. I wave it so it gets air dried and it gets super sticky again. I don't know if I want to wax again. I'm not sure I do. I should, but I'm not sure I want to. So let's see what we want to do here. Let's see what I want to do here. Probably should, because if I chalk on top, it's going to wave it in the air like you just don't care. It's probably going to pull it up if I don't wax. So I feel like I have to wax. So I'm going to grab my paper towel and just kind of get it in there. And I'm going to go up and down, just in the green areas. I don't want to spread that green. Just hopping on. We're gonna try to improve this. The white paint I used was not a very good paint, so I do not recommend it. It's from Target. It's not for this kind of job. I have used it before and I haven't had problems with it, like just painting stuff with it. Okay, pretty slippery. Now we're going to get another piece for the brown, because I didn't want to put the green and the brown and the brown and the green. You know, it's like that commercial. You've got You got your chocolate and my peanut butter. And you've got my peanut butter and my chocolate. Bet you can't remember what that is. Such a good thing. Okay, almost done. So we're just applying it, and then I'm gonna kind of open it up and buff it here. So what we're doing is we're laying a layer of chalk on top of the layer of wax. And so this will be easy to line up again, no matter where our board is. So I'm going to use the numbers to do that for me. Needs a good tilt here. Got to get on top of it so I could see the 5 and the 0 there. It's just so crazy how it didn't want to lay down. So whenever I'm trying to fix something, I don't go crazy with really like flattening it down. I mean, of course I'm going to lay it down and make sure it sticks, but I just kind of gently press it into place. Okay, guys. Fingers crossed. And if this doesn't work, we're just going to do the other side. And this time I think I'm going to go with the grain of the wood. So we're going to go sideways. And I think this time it's going to cover. It just gets tricky when you get to the corner here. Keep applying it. I'm just kind of dragging it sideways with the grain of the wood. All right, you want to get all your extra off your squeegee here. Careful you don't hit anything like an area you don't want to hit, like this 'tis the season. Okay, just getting off my excess. Okay, I think we're good. All right, guys, moment of truth. A little nervous. Much better. So much better. Oh my gosh, so much better. See, you can fix anything with chalk. I am telling you, I love this product. Okay, let's get this nice and dry. Then we'll view the football and we'll be done. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. I love this green too, by the way. It's such a good dark green. This would be awesome with if you like to decorate with like Victorian colors, like a wine and a green color. This is such a good green. Love it, love it. Look how much better that looks. Okay, we can just kind of let that sit there. We're gonna grab our brown, our bark, and again, we're gonna go sideways with the green. But I probably will not use this white paint again. Probably will not. Let's get this part here. Okay, I'm gonna go this side of the hanging hole and then this side. So guys, are you telling me who your favorite teams are? I need to know. Who are you rooting for this season? Who are you rooting for? Who's favorite this year? I don't even know. I have no idea. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good. Let me get the corners, make sure you get those edges. Okay, I think I'm good. Now there may be some little imperfections from where it first came up. But you know what? No football's perfect, right? Okay, let's do this side now. I still picked up a little bit in the corner here. Let me see. Sometimes it's the paste too. That's an older brown, older bark, so maybe it's not happy with me right now. Still wants to pick up, I don't know why. It's definitely that white underneath. So that's disappointing on the top part. The green part turned out perfect. What I'll probably do is just use a paintbrush to fill in wherever it's not filled in. It probably needs a little bit of water, so I'm going to squirt my bark. I'm going to let that sit. Otherwise, I think it looks good. We're going to fix that up though. It's definitely the, oops. There I go again, sticking my fingers in it. It's definitely something we did with that white paint underneath. Let me see what kind of brushes I have here. I don't know if I want to use a brush or a foam brush. Let's use a foam brush and see. And kind of mix it in here. Yeah, I think it was, some of it was my bark was drying up, getting too dry. Like I said, when all else fails, luckily it's two-sided, so we can do the other side. We're gonna try to make something happen. It just wants to pull up. Yeah, it just wants to pull up. Could try to sand it. I just, whew, that's gonna make a mess. That is gonna make a mess. Try to clean up the edges over here at least. There, that looks good. I know it looks two-toned right now, but hopefully it'll dry all the same color here. What I might do, friends, is once I get this like at least covered, I might sand it down. Like I'm gonna give it a day, like overnight, to let it dry. Give it a light sanding and then wax it again. And then give it another go. I will not give up. I will not. Or I may just say, forget it and do the other side. That's very, very possible. Very, very possible as to what may take place. So even just as I'm dabbing, it pulls up some of the paint, some of the paste. I don't think this paste likes that white paint that I used. It's very possible. Bring it towards me here. The green looks great. That turned out better. So much better. So, lesson learned, what we will do for the workshop is not use this. We will definitely use chalk paste as our white. And then that will solve a lot of the issue. I mean, look how much more better it looks. may just leave it alone. It's a work in progress, guys. What do you think? Should I just do it on the other side or still work on this one? What do you guys think? The perfectionist in me says, just chalk it up as a lesson learned and do it on the other side, but I also don't want to give up. Okay, well, for now, this is how it's going to be. For now. Like I said, I may just redo it on the other side. I don't know. What do you guys think? I know you can see all those marks, but once you fill it in, it doesn't look so bad. It's just there's layers and layers of chocolate or brown. Anyway, I must have chocolate on the brain. All right, guys. It's good to be back nonetheless, and thank you for taking some time out of your day and checking out today's project. And I hope to